Q money. So it says here, for fear of the leopard, the goat stays with people. It alleges this one is from Liberia. Because it afraid leopard, the goat, they team up with people them. For fear of the leopard, the goat stays with people.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, Mr. Carr, I can see the thought process is already churning.
I just crossed my mind. The devil you know, you know, is safer than the devil you don't know.
Yes, the angel you don't know, is it?
The angel,
You don't know.
So what this goes to affirm is, you know, it's about feeling secured and also being assured about something that is very dangerous that you're already aware of, and something more benign and less lethal towards you, so you're more comfortable and drift towards that end than the other end where you are assured destruction.
Sure. Mboj, what's your take? I have a slightly naughty take on it, but what's yours?
Very similar, really. Isn't it?
Right,
well, the leopard, danger of some sort, be it physical, social, whatever it could be, and the goat, I don't know, vulnerability of some sort, and then the people, safety. As it were. So this goat doesn't go to other goats. That's very interesting, but came to people.
But for me, on second thought, humans are more lethal and dangerous.
That's why I said a naughty one.
Than anything else on this planet.
That was my...
So that presumption of innocence of the human character.
Of the goat. The human, you know, going to the human, but that's for safety, isn't it? Really, the goat to me represents vulnerability, you know, being in danger, and the leopard is danger, isn't it? So that's how I say it.
Because my take was that the leopard is the kind of obvious danger.
It's the obvious, but the subtle
But when there's a wedding, guess who's going to get slaughtered for that wedding? The goat, by the people, the very people you've run to.
Exactly. So the obvious
that is
and
very naughty.
You know,
the obvious might not necessarily be more dangerous, you know, than the less obvious.
That's right.
Be,
you know, you run to the people thinking, this is where my safety lies. You know, the leopard out there is dangerous.
You're still offering yourself.
You're still offering yourself to sacrifice and slaughter. But yes, I think you know, generally, I think you know, in the kind of wider sense, you know, the obvious danger is the one that you run from. Really.
Because it's obvious.
Because it's obvious.
Yeah. So the less obvious you don't know, but it might be equally dangerous.
But that's the insidious.
Quite.
That's sort of the danger that works sort of quietly in the background, but more lethal.
Green snake in green grass.
In green grass. Quite.
That you cannot see.
You can't detect.
Well, it's there and very lethal.
Quite.
I think we've just mutilated this program.
I think we have. So, fellow people from Liberia, if any of you are watching, send in a text and tell us what you think of it. But those are our thoughts. So you know, that's what we have to say. Well, thank you for that, gentlemen. And so, really, rather than take a break, I think we'll crack on with the newspaper review. And if you'll give me the chance, I'll start with the Standard. And it says CPA Banjul Conference calls for homegrown solutions to Africa's challenges. So we have this huge conference that was kicked off by His Excellency the President, and you have parliamentarians from Commonwealth countries meeting. Huge conference, really big conference. And Malik, it's now here.
I think the global circumstances imposes that now. We are witnessing an era where, you know, people have to look inward to themselves to be able to sustain and take care of their needs rather than being overtly dependent on outsiders, you know, so to speak. Because we see during the beginning of the war in Ukraine, there was no grain, and no bread. So what do? In Ethiopia, they grow a lot of grain, and this is within the African continent. Do we explore that region or areas where that can be grown, and then we trade amongst ourselves? So these are things that we have to explore, looking inward to take care of your needs. That is self-independence and sovereignty. That's not to say that you will not interact or relate with other countries, but you are looking to take care of your needs, and we have everything that we need within our continent to really take care of our needs. What we lack is the innovation, the education, and the leadership. And these are the things that really the Africans should work towards, to create the type of leadership, you know, that is humble, that have vision, that whose desire is to impact on the lives of the people and not focus on self-aggrandizement, and also to educate the people. Once you educate, then you liberate. And these are the things that are of essence that we ought to address.
I agree wholeheartedly. Mboj, and yourself?
When I heard that, I said, I'm just tired of this talking shop. So for me, it's what we tell novelists, isn't it? Do not tell me, show me.
Go ahead.
That is it. It's time for ideas to practicalize this thing that we want to do. You know what I mean? So that must be really the overriding focus, really, of putting things on the table, beyond the rhetoric to the action.
And interestingly, the lady who made this statement, which led to this headline, she's the chair of the Commonwealth Parliamentarians Association, and she's the current speaker of Malawi's parliament and the first woman to hold that position. She actually said that in her speech. She said, we need to get away from just talking about doing these things. We need to get onto the doing these things. She said, because, you know, we keep having what we call a series of wake-up calls. First it was COVID, when many of us imported even our staple foods. No ships were going, no planes were flying. We did not grasp the opportunity that this is telling us that we need to be self-sufficient. And then, as you rightly said, she also referenced the Ukraine war and saying Russia-Ukraine wars. That, again, was yet another wake-up call. How many wake-up calls do we need before we go from talking to doing in terms of making ourselves self-sufficient and self-reliant? Yeah.
If China can do it, China is a population of 1 point something billion. And just few decades back, if you rewind the time, just about maybe 50 years back,
ago,
China is as equally, you know, poor as most of the African countries. But what did they do that transformed them? So it's a model of development that is worth looking into. We have been with the West for so long and in engaging them, but what have we been getting? Nothing much, you know, in return, other than chaos, wars, you know, and all these things. So we have a part and a role in it. I'm not just saying that it's external factors. We have to look inward and see what do we want as Africans for our people. Do we want to change and transform their lives? How do we do that? The rhetoric should stop, like Mboj is saying, the piling of all these conferences, you know, shelves gathering dust, and then the action. And it's doable, it's achievable. There are pockets of countries that are doing this and recording massive transformative development. So I think we can all do it, especially
Rwanda,
if we work together.
You can see
Ethiopia. Yes, you can name a few. You can see the transformation in those countries.
Additional former head of African Development Bank, he said, how come nobody talks about Eritrea and the fact that there's hardly any corruption there?
And they refuse to take aid.
And they refuse to take aid.
It's extraordinary. I think the reason we don't talk about Eritrea is because it's an authoritarian society, and people don't want to be seen to be praising authoritarian societies because, they haven't taken aid, they refuse. But, you know, they're very poor. However, the diaspora still contribute a lot.
That's the dilemma of the African. We have these so-called democrats, and they siphon all the wealth, and yet they are democratic government, and they don't even assure you that democracy. Look at what is happening in Ivory Coast. I mean, yes, the guy has impacted and transformed a lot in terms of development, but when it comes to governance, he wants to self-perpetuate.
He took over an already developed, highly developed country, we have to say, in the case of Cote d'Ivoire.
He's registered, according to reports, tremendously much more. So we have to acknowledge. But that also mean to say that you should stay there to continue that path. Somebody else have to come and add to what you did, just as he did in the previous ones.
Well, this is it. I mean, in Cameroon, you have, Paul Biya. He's now coming up to 42 years. In Uganda, you have Museveni, 39 years. these guys, not
they
only have they been there for long,
anything absolutely for the people, apart from impoverishment and then chaos, and it always unravels at the end, because that is a democratic dictatorship, so to speak, because they have regular elections. People will say they are democratic, there is no term limits, fine, and all that. But self-perpetuation at any point in time will always collapse, and we must be mindful of that.
Yeah, sure. So we could go on and on with this one. So let's choose another story.
Absolutely.
Top left.
Especially if I were to contribute there, or it would have dragged it on.
I think this is one that it opens, quite a kind of worms.
Absolutely. Conversation has to take place.
It has to.
We are talking about Africa. This is our continent. We all have a stake, and we have to talk and get involved with the discussion.
So thanks to the current Speaker of Malawi Parliament for making that speech, and we hope people listen to her. Top left of the Standard, I have lawyer faults Jammeh Commission over sale of Jammeh's assets. Of course, we know that's why we now have the special select committee. They're investigating all of this, and it is unraveling, quite, again, I use the word can of worms, opens quite a can of worms about the kind of the way that this has been done. Very haphazard, not very well sort of noted. You would have thought that they would have thought, let's keep proper records in case, and yet they haven't done so.
Yes, and here really, perhaps the can itself, your can of worms thing, was the Republican thing, wasn't it? The Republic, that article. So now we're seeing the worms coming out of that can. That's really what it is now. Yes. And it will be quite fascinating to see finally what the report would look like, and then what we're going to do about it. Because I like that. So I like focusing on the consequential stuff, you know what I mean? Rather than merely the process. We like process so much. We've done A, we've done B, we've done C. But what about the outcome, which is really the whole point of it, isn't it? So that will be the interesting bit. But no surprises here. Really what we want now is to take that significant turn, from the normal run of things. We had a vice president here who tried the idea of not business as usual, but business as unusual. I think that's what we're looking for, business as unusual.
The reason why I like such committees, I mean, is the integrity of the committee, because usually there is a lot of speculation, when people talk about corruption. But if you give the evidence and put it before the public domain, people will be able to...
That's the crucial thing. It's in the
public. Because
it's
very easy also to make allegations about A, B, C, and D. But for me, you have to get into the nitty-gritty of the evidence, submit it before the public domain. Regardless of what is done with that information, the public is already aware. They are schooled and well informed as to what lapses or, kind of issues that were embedded in this lack of transparency and the deliberate acts of your concealment. So there are a host of issues that are packed, that we need to unpack to see, what really actually happened. And this is what we are seeing, and people are happy to see that, people are being questioned.
And I said to somebody, we were discussing this, and I said, we have an Access to Information Act. It's now live. We have a commission that you can apply. I said, what is being revealed here? You probably wouldn't have even thought of submitting a request under the Access to Information Act to say, can you provide me this information? This committee is laying it bare for everybody to see and hear, and that has to be a good thing, as you rightly said. So as you said, whether the consequences, and of course if they don't take action, then the public know what they can do about that. That's because they'll say,
once the public know, then the kind of warm analogy comes into play, and they will make their own judgment about characters and individuals.
This is it. So I stay with the Standard only because they got a couple of stories that are repeated in the other newspapers. So I'll go to the top right hand of the top column. It says 3 charged over death of baby subjected, it says in quotes, to FGM. Genuinely a case that shocked the nation and the world, because it's gone global, sadly, this particular case. And in fact, people contact me from Sierra Leone and said, is this a fake story? And I said, no, it's not.
That child is so innocent. have no reason, you know, to go through that, you know, and it's difficult. But the argument has been presented over and over again, from the medical point of view to other aspects of reality. So they must come to understand that this does have some, you know, consequential effects, and sometimes it can be fatal.
So yeah, I mean, Mboj, anything to add here?
Absolutely. We discussed it the other day. Once, you know, that bill was defeated, they tried to overturn, as it were, that legislation. Once it was defeated, because of sort of the deep kind of cultural beliefs, you know that some people will find all kinds of ways to do that because they feel that that's how they're being authentic to their beliefs. These challenges will always come. So this is it. Apparently there were people who were thinking of doing it early so that nobody would detect it. So people will come up with all kinds of stratagems, as it were, but look at this. It's been exposed. It doesn't work. It's really awful, appalling, really circumstance in which a parent would think that, and these people are not doing it out of hatred, they're not doing it out of anything, but really out of love. This is really the tragic thing about this whole situation. They feel that this is the right thing they should do for their, for their daughter. And yet, that's the very thing that would go and kill the daughter.
The regret
extraordinary. It's extraordinary.
I mean, I've mentioned it many times. The reason I joined a sort of anti-FGM organization in London is because I knew somebody, growing up, who she was at school already. She died in that, and it led to the breakup of her parents' marriage because the father had always opposed it, and the mother had her taken away, and she died. And that, you know, we were shocked by it, but it ended up in them splitting up.
Incredible.
A completely different story on Foroya. WASC results show progress, however, highlight gaps in English and maths. And I did discuss this with colleagues when we were doing the story yesterday. I said, why is it that this is a former British colony where English is the language of instruction, and yet the teaching of English is either very poor or the results every year in English are quite bad. I've never understood it. And this is a country where people have a facility for languages. We have people in the office who speak 5, 6, 7 languages. I'm not sure the mental block that comes in when it's English. I've never understood that. But this is, again, so it's not me. It's there in the results, you know.
I call it poor teaching.
Yeah, that's at the root of it.
Well, poor teaching, because should you go back a generation perhaps or so, the story was different. Comparatively, absolutely. So something happened along the way.
I mean, I'm smiling because about 4 years ago, we were doing a story around Independence Day, and one of our reporters went and spoke to the grandfather. And when he came back and we watched the tape, he was amazed at how good the command of English of his grandfather, who was in his late 70s. And I said, that man never left the Gambia. Listen to his command of the English language. How come he has it, and yet you and others of your generation don't? And he speaks the same number of local languages that you do.
Absolutely.
So it has to be the teaching.
Absolutely.
And you know, they say, oh, it's not. We know it's not a sign of intelligence whether you can speak English or not. But nonetheless, this is
the official language.
It's the official language. It's the only language of instruction in the schools. But it has to be down to the teaching that the results every year are quite poor.
And Mali, just before you come in there, and the significant thing for me really is that I am going to receive my education through this language. I must have some kind of, if not exactly mastery of it, as it were, I must be comfortable with it. Otherwise, what kind of education am I receiving? Really, in a language that you imperfectly sort of express yourself, you don't adequately understand, then, God, that's not education, as it were. It's not being communicated well. So just from that practical angle, really. With my children, I'm trying so hard. I understand the Pan-Africanist arguments. I understand all of that, but it's just the practical reality of it. They're going to receive their education in this medium. They better have a comfortable relationship with the medium, otherwise the education will be compromised.
Yeah, quite. And you know, we were talking about other things. You mentioned China in terms of development. You go to China, what's the language that all of them want to learn? They already speak Mandarin.
Mandarin, yeah.
English is the most popular language that they want to learn because they know it's an international language. So people here can say everything they want about the kind of, as you say, the Pan-Africanist. It's the reality.
When it comes
to the Ngugi stuff, and now what we have, you understand all of that, but still, you know.
Even there, Moj, kids are capable of learning.
Yeah, so many, exactly.
Multitude of languages.
As I said, you know,
so
you go upstairs, people can speak
there is
6
no contradiction or conflict in them learning their local languages as well. It just enhances their capacity to interpret and understand things in their own cultural context. And that is the argument coming from the side of Ngugi and the others. That could be done alongside teaching of your official language, whatever it is. And there is no contradiction. If you go to England, you find the Indians, the Bangladesh, in their homes, they speak their own language. And
they speak English.
The doctors, the physicists, the scientists. So there is no conflict there.
At all.
So
and neither should there be.
They can be taught, and then they can... What is wrong with the system is what they need to interrogate. Is it the structure of the teaching institutions like the college where teachers are being trained? Are they properly being structured about the use of language and the teaching of English language? Is there where the problem is? Because with the kids, you cannot fault them. Kids, they are just like empty vessels that you can fill with information. They absorb anything you give them at a certain age, up to when they start having problems of, you know, marital and otherwise. That's when their brains are clouded, you know, and they become issues. But at that age, kids can learn.
Of course.
So is the method and approach. When we were at school, we had this experiment that was being done from England. It's called ITA, International Teaching Alphabet, that they use. And that helped a lot in terms of enhancing the type of language, in terms of use of English and all that. It was being sponsored by one Mr. Oholoran at that time. I remember, because he used to be a white guy that used to come, and we were fascinated, you know. And they teach you, you know, the most basic of things in terms of phonetics, in terms of, you know, structure of tenses and verses. These are the fundamentals, the foundations. But I don't think they emphasize those things now. Before, you would have to learn what is a verb, what is a noun, what is an adjective, what is an adverb. These were the basics that we'll have to start with. Now, and so most of these students now, if you come to ask them about what is a verb, what is a noun, what is an adjective, what is an adverb, most of them will falter. They will not know it because the fundamentals are missing. And once we miss that, then in terms of structure, phonetics and all those things, they just collapse. And that is the basis.
Yesterday I had to correct a friend, and she was quite taken aback. And she's a writer. She's in England and she writes in English. And she wrote something and she used the term, I allowed it to marinate. I said, no, you allowed it to marinate. The marinate is the sauce. The act of it
is the verb.
Is the verb. And she said, oh,
noun,
I said, it's
noun, pronoun, verb, adjective,
you know, Of course. And you know, I've mentioned this many times. Again, in 2018, I came here and there was a conference called Our Education, Our Future. And there was a school in Tanifing that I went to, and I interviewed some of the students and 9 of the teachers. And there was a teacher who was taking us around. And at the end, I said to the camera person, can you video all of them, just say their name and what subject they teach? And the last to speak was the woman who had been taking us around. And this is a genuine story. And when she came, I won't say her name, and she said, I teach English. It's just as well I wasn't eating or drinking anything. I would have choked. Because if you had told me that this was an English teacher, based on the fact that I'd spent 4 hours with her going around the school, I would never have chosen that as saying that was a subject that she taught. So that is, I know that's not a scientific anything, but that's just an example. That to me was really quite shocking.
And that's the English side. When you come to maths as well, it's the same thing. You know, it's the lack of structure in terms of getting to the child. You know, already the discourse among the people is that maths is very difficult. So already you are creating a mental barrier towards exploration. But some of these things are activity-based things that you can easily adapt and adjust to and make it fun and then learn. But these are methods and skills of teaching that are equipped, you know, to the teachers so that they can discharge those things. And once you make learning fun thing and also you get it right in terms of knowing what when it comes to language, what the structure of the verbs, the tenses and all these things, then you have the foundation correct.
You see, listening to you, so this is just quite fascinating to me. We seem so kind of out of sync, as it were, with the general view. When I talk to some of these kids, they just don't care. English is not our language.
Yeah, I hear it all
This is exactly what they tell us. With us, we wanted to know. You know, to me, you had that anxiety, I don't know, about learning, wanting to know, to excel, to impress your friends, your parents, whoever. Now, I listen to these kids, they just don't care. They're not going to put in the effort to learn it. They're like, this is not my language, this isn't our language, this isn't European, whatever. Now, it's that attitude. It's unbelievable. That's what I say.
If we go back to the teachers, just a quick point on this. I do wonder whether when somebody applies to be a teacher, all they look at are your qualifications. Because we all know that there are people who, even when we were at school, there were people who were brilliant, but they weren't good teachers. Because it's a skill, you know, to impart knowledge. That's a skill in itself. And I wonder whether they get them to do like a mock lesson to the exam, to the board at the school.
First, they have to establish. They have to establish your academic credentials of comprehension.
Of course.
Then that is where the teacher training will come to impact you the skill. That is where you develop. You might not have the skill, but they will try to.
It can be taught.
You get taught the skills so that you can, you know, use them. You know.
I used to run QIT.
Right, yes.
I did something like that. Training of trainers. You may have the stuff. How do you impart it? That's a skill in itself.
It's a skill
so it's really the responsibility of institutions to make sure that their instructors, as it were, can really impart it, can really teach the art of teaching.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did my teacher training at Gambia College. Then I went to GTTI to do further City and Guilds training for tertiary level. I did that. I remember with Mrs. I don't know, Fatou Njai at the MDI. We did it together. Also, Jaju is in Canada, and Hadi Jain, few others. We did that certificate at the time, so that you would. We were already taught how to teach at the primary and other levels, but the tertiary level requires different type of skill. So we had that training. So we never stopped at learning, even though we had already been, you know, referred to as qualified teachers, you know, but we had to go and then further our education to understand how to teach at the next level, because kindergarten type of education is different from the primary, is different from, so there are different stages at which, you know, you have to have that skill. Because kindergarten, I would assume, is more complex and complicated, because with those kids, you cannot know, you know, in terms of their behavior, you cannot predict, you cannot know anything, you know, what they're going to do next. You just sit there, and one is peeing the pants, the other one is, so you have to manage all that. Then you go to the primary level, you know, that also, these are kids that are growing, not yet mature, you know, and they behave in a different way. So you have to manage that, you know, and then after that you deal with the tertiary level, much more mature.
And we have to manage our time.
So yeah, thank you very much.
I just have to thank you, Mr. Carr, for stepping in at very short notice. And we will now go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, the program continues. Do not go away. Join us after this break.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Mitoma. First time cross, really threatening, and it's dropped for Minte, rifled in! Out.
Did you know you can buy cash power using Q Money Wallet absolutely free up to 30,000 C's? Use our app or dial 323# and select Q Power. choose Register Meter. Enter your meter number. Dial *323# and follow these simple steps. Number 1. Select option 3 for Q Power. Number 2. Choose option 1 to buy any amount of Q Power. Enjoy free QCell airtime every time you cash in to purchase Q Power. For any inquiries, call 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalbe.
Hi there, my name is Nuruddin Adams, a proud product of this noble institution. Heritage Christian University is not just a learning place, but a community that transforms lives and empowers its students to become compassionate entrepreneur leaders. My journey here has truly been life-changing, and I invite you to come experience the same. Whether your passion is into business, nursing, midwifery, psychology, communication studies, multimedia technology, information technology, or theology and ministry, Heritage has tailored these programs for both the undergraduate and graduate studies to suit your goal. If you're ever ready to take your education to the next level, then pick up an application form and join us today. At Heritage, you are never alone, as members of the community will stand and work with you every step of the way. Welcome to Heritage Christian University.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Ajib Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Ajib Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
At Ajib Bank, we are more than banking. We build bridges that connect you to pivotal services every day. Do you have government bills to pay to the Gambia Revenue Authority, Comfort, KMC, or the Accountant General's Department? We've got you covered. From payment of customs and domestic taxes to GRA, payment of number plate and vehicle ownership transfer to Comfort, payment of property rates and business license fee to KMC, and payment of MR passport, business registration, fishing license, land fees, sale of assets, lease application, development permits, quarrying royalties, gravel and sand, mining royalties, and a host of other revenue lines to the Accountant General's Department. Walk into any of our branches nationwide and make your payments hassle-free. Either in person or online. Simple, secure, and immediate. With Ajib Bank, there is no need to worry about government bill payments for your vehicles, taxes, licenses, business registration, and any other revenue line. Ajib Bank, passionate about your investment. We've got you covered. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sinubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Mitoma First time cross, really threatening, and it's dropped for Minte, rifled in! Out.
Did you know you can buy cash power using QMoney wallet absolutely free up to $30,000 Cs? Use our app or dial 323 hash and select Q Power.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching This Morning here on QTV, the show that's better pick me up than a cup of coffee. And in the first segment we had the African proverb, and then we have some newspaper review with our main man, Mr. Malik Carr. Malik's gone back, and we've got some guests here, very, very important guests. And once again, I apologize. At the start of the show, we were somewhat late. The rains have been torrential in this part of the country. And before we delve into this, just a quick thing. In case you missed the report yesterday, Ajib Bank, they now have special tellers for people in the medical and the security sector. So when you go into the bank, you have your own dedicated tellers that you can go to. You don't have to queue. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that. Now, with me, I have two gentlemen from the Red Dolphin Lifeguard Association. And first of all, I have to my left, I have Mamadou Lamin Jammeh, who's the president of Red Dolphin. Welcome to the program. And sitting next to him, we have Ibrahima Sinera, who is a lifeguard. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, a few days ago, we ran a story, I think on the 25th. We ran a story on QTV News, and it got a lot of people talking. And it was about the lifeguards and the work that you do. And a lot of people were also surprised that you are completely volunteers. So if I can start with you, Mamadou Lamin Jammeh, you're the president. How did Red Dolphin Lifeguard start? And why the name, by the way? Why Red Dolphin?
Yeah, the word red, we are not happy. Right. Each time when drowning happens at sea, it's always sad. You see people in their somber mood, very melancholic. And the quietness, the atmosphere, when somebody is lost, we also sympathize with families. I can tell you from experience, my son's best friend drowned just about 2 years ago, along with 4 other kids from Manjai area. And it just happened that he was together with my son playing like almost 30 minutes. My wife told me he was in my compound. Something needs to be done. One day, my son was so lucky that because of his age, he couldn't move. But one day, he would have to go there. So I am a concerned citizen, advocating for the community. We registered the association in 2006, on the 19th of April, 2006, with the AG Chambers. But I started being a lifeguard on the 5th of February, year 2005.
So why do you remember that date so precisely?
Yes.
Why is
because
that?
I was together with my younger brother who is no more in town. And when I closed school, I was like, I want to travel. You know, those were the days in the year 2000. So after 2 years, I enrolled at GTTI. At some stage, I couldn't finish it, but I was doing information processing. And then I went to Business Training Center in Cape Point in Bakau. Yeah, when I finished there, and then I was thinking of, what do I do to start working? And then it's nice to be respectful within the community. Somebody gave me an advice to say, before you start working, you can be engaged with associations. You know, it's best rather than being idle. You see? So I got this inspiration. One day while I was in bed, it was raining just like today. Yeah. And my younger brother is somebody who likes to listen to music. And I heard this artist saying, Luciano, and things will never be all right until we unite, you know. Never have to party, things like that. I said to him, if I don't work in this month, next month I will have a job. By then, nothing was promised.
Right.
You see, courage is something that helps. So I heard about there is an association that are recruiting people concerning lifeguarding. And it just happened that I was living in New Joshua. We used to have a nearby river where people used to go and swim, you know, at their leisure time. So I said, well, I don't know how they operate, but I would like to be part of it.
But you were already a swimmer?
Yes,
by then.
because like people sneak to go to the beach, people also sneak to go to the nearby river, you know, without parents knowing. Okay. And then when I got there, I saw rescue equipment. When I saw their rescue equipment, I said, oh, that will make the job even easier for me. I was thinking, there's nothing available. You know, it was just like manual, you know. And then the first day when I went, I was asked to return the following day because the sea was rough for a test. Yeah, by the previous leader. And I went for a test and I passed the test and he said to me, you can come on the 5th. And that was... And
that's why you remember the date.
Yeah.
So can I bring in Ibrahima quickly? Ibrahima, you are a lifeguard.
Yes.
And when we played the piece on QTV News, people were saying, these guys are doing it voluntarily. So how did you get involved in lifeguarding?
Yeah, probably it was like 2 years ago. It's like this August now. It's like 2 years now. Because I joined last August, but I don't remember the date. So actually, I normally used to come to the beach and used to have fun, swim, and also like how I joined the lifeguard. There was a lifeguard there. He used to do surfing. They have like a surfing school.
And we've got some action of people surfing here on the screen. So yeah, carry on, please.
Yes. It's not actually the surf rescue. It's like surfing, the normal surfing,
just
like
surfing
standing.
with a surfboard.
With the surfboard.
Okay.
So I went to him and asked him about the surfing so that he can teach me like how to surf. And he charged me, and I paid the price. And he taught me how to surf. And after like the surf lesson, there was a rescue tube, like the yellow rescue tube that they normally use to go rescue people. It was beside him, and he just get up and just walk. And I grabbed the tube. I said, you forget your tube. And he grabbed it, and he told me that, are you interested in being a lifeguard or what? I said to him, yes, that will be fun. So from that day, like he took me in the water, showed me some because I couldn't swim. I was not a strong swimmer. Just normal swimming.
Right.
So he took me in the water, and he was teaching me like the breaststroke, like the first basic swimming, like
strokes.
Instruction how to float and stuff like that. So it took me like 2 weeks for that breaststroke and the basics, you know, because it needs time. It's not like just
you can't
1
just
month.
do it just like that. Yeah, quite.
At least like a year, so that you can be at least like a strong swimmer. Because you need to go through training, very hard training, definitely. Yeah, it's very hard. You have to be very, you know, very strong.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So as you know, it was going. You know, we were like progressing really good, and like it was on summer as well. That's the time lifeguards used to recruit new young Gambians, you know. So it was really great.
So summer as in this kind of rain season, which I still can't get my head around, sorry, because it's not very summery if you've come from Europe when you hear people talk about summer, but that's the time they normally recruit. I think you wanted to come in?
No, that's it. I think I'll probably ask you this. We know that drowning is really one of the causes of accidental death worldwide, isn't it? So I want to know, do we have any statistics here? How serious is drowning here? Because during this rainy season, school break, we tend to hear incidents.
And we've had quite a few
drownings
in the
and that sort of
newspapers.
thing. So how serious is it in this country? Do we know?
Yes. We used to keep a register of incidents.
Okay.
But at some stage, we decided that we will be putting it on our Facebook page so that everybody will see.
Okay.
You see? Drowning could be minimized if lifeguards are given the proper support. What I mean by that, when we registered the association, and few years after that, on the 23rd of March in 2010, there was an executive directive from Office of the President,
of course,
stating that this association should be institutionalized.
Right.
Now, if that was put in place today, 15 years later,
it will be different.
It will be different.
Yeah, sure.
Can you imagine when we registered? By then, I was a lifeguard without training. But it just so happened that while on duties, there was a particular day. You know, Christians do baptism.
Yes, some do.
I saw a group.
Yes.
Of an association. They do charity work. They were baptizing some Gambians at the beach, and I spoke with them. I then realized one of them was an instructor.
Oh. What, a swimming instructor?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
A lifeguard instructor.
Oh, lifeguard
Yeah,
instructor.
working with Woolacombe Life Saving Club.
Okay.
In England.
In England, yeah.
Around Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah, called Mr. Kevin Turner.
Right.
I met him on a Sunday. The following day, being a Monday, because I'm a son of a retired assistant records officer.
Okay.
I introduced him to Gambia Tourism Authority.
Right.
By then, to our coordinator, to be aware of what is happening.
Sure.
You see, I don't want to do things on my own. And then from there, when that was the day he was leaving on that particular Monday, he left, and I was corresponding with him.
Right.
Because I wanted to have training. I was so eager.
Yeah.
Because when you tell people you are a lifeguard, sometimes along the way they might tend to ask you, are you trained or are you certified?
Yeah, of course.
Then you feel that there's something lacking here. By then I was having like an ordinary phone, Motorola V3.
Okay.
You know, so we corresponded for a year. And when the time was due for him to come and we have training with the association, not only me, but
with
including
others.
the whole association,
Yeah,
he said unexpectedly he couldn't make it.
Okay.
We have to wait for another year. But I didn't give up. I don't easily give up.
Yeah,
I don't give up easily. So I corresponded with him. And at the time, by the time it was the second year, luckily he was able to make it.
Right.
He came down, got training at Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, I could fully remember that one was sponsored by KMC, Carnegie Municipal Council.
Right.
Because we got 2 trainings in the same month.
Okay.
We got one at Dunes, and a few days later, the one that was done at Dunes was sponsored by the Gambia Tourism Authority.
Okay.
But we did the other training to have lifeguard beach training with Kevin at Palm Beach. That's where we did it. And the following year, 2011, we had a refresher training.
Right.
And then he introduced us to the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, one of the oldest lifeguard associations in the world. We're talking of 201 years old. You see? Since 1824. So we were introduced.
Right.
We got a training with them in 2013. And after that, the Gambia was out of the Commonwealth. Okay, in 2018, by then, the Gambia was back in the Commonwealth. So we got another training with them. You see? And from there, we've been having trainers coming
regularly.
Now, we've gone to a stage whereas now, we did training of trainers previously, but we did it another time.
It's
to
always
identify 3 other lifeguards this time to be doing training. And for the next 5 years, by God's grace, they will be coming down, but those identified will be giving training to our native people,
Mm-hmm.
and they will be overseeing.
Okay.
But would you believe it? All these trainers, each time they come here, they come at their own expenses.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Accommodation,
Mm-hmm.
flights, rescue materials,
Mm-hmm.
and to have lifeguard rescue materials, they are very expensive.
Yeah,
you see? So when they come, they spend like a week,
Mm-hmm.
and they stay in hotels, and all of that. You know, we need more support.
Sure.
Because this is not only for me, but it's for the Gambia.
Of course. So 2 questions.
Yes, please.
How is Red Dolphin funded, and how many lifeguards do you have? Actually 3 questions. And where are they deployed?
Yeah. For our association, basically, we always state 50. But I am 100% sure, even 70, it could be produced. Because sometimes we tell people, you know, you can be in the reserve list.
Yeah, correct.
You know, because if they are not paid, you know, people have to do things to earn their daily living. That's what brought in the categories of lifeguards.
Sure.
But if there was a proper salary, people will have to concentrate. There are some that will be able to concentrate fully, like new school leavers. Some of them, they want to be engaged
in something,
do extra classes, you know, because we have a university student in our midst.
Right.
Yeah, so we are open to people. When they come, we test them first. At first, we will give them a test, and then you have a training on the job to develop your skills. Now, it depends on your swimming abilities. If you are a proper swimmer, it's much quicker for you. But if you are like
a beginner,
average swimmer, you know, you need some you need to develop some skills, and you will be taught how to go about it.
Sure.
Yeah. But should I tell you, we used to have a previous executive. Because when we started, I was the secretary by the time we were registered in the association. But in our constitution, you could serve, every term is 2 years. Now, you cannot serve beyond 4 terms.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
Okay. When I finished my time as a secretary, I said, I want to give chance to the new lifeguards.
Okay. Just to tell you,
voluntary.
We don't have much time, so if you could just tell us the numbers, the funding, and also where are they deployed, please.
Yeah, we have like 10 bases. You can name from Lemon Creek, coming to Voodoos, Senegambia around Baobab area. You come to Pokoloko area, Jama.
Sure.
Very close to Pokoloko. And then you have Palmarima, you have Solomons, you have Julas, and the other one near Kalimba.
Okay, so can I
Palm
ask?
Beach.
Yeah, Ibrahima, where are you
Beach.
based?
I'm based at Palmarima, at Solomons itself.
And what's the most dramatic? I think we have to give you the last word. What's the most dramatic rescue that you've been involved in? Can you recall?
Yeah, it was last year.
What happened?
Probably we were playing, like, it was actually on Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday. That day it was just like 3 of us, like the lifeguards were not like actually there that day. It was just few.
Okay.
You know, because you know it's very hard sometimes. Lifeguards, they cannot even come to work because lack of.
It's voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary. It's not something that is forced or. So, it was just the 3 of us, and people were very crowded.
Okay.
And one of our leader, Jerry, he's probably I can say the leader at Palmarima, because he's the one who give instructions to new lifeguards on what to do. So it was me, Joseph, and Jerry. We were there, and Jerry said that he's going to pray. And it was only the 2 of us there at the whole beach, like Palmarima.
Right.
And me, I went on a patrol around Julas area.
Okay.
And Joseph was standing at Solomon alone, like he was watching, because he couldn't move, because anywhere you put a flag, you have to stand there. You have to supervise there.
Sure.
Because wherever the flag is, that's a swimming zone.
Right.
A lifeguard, you should not be out of that flag.
Right.
You have to be very like focused.
Yeah.
And I went on a patrol. I came back to Solomon's standing, and some kids, like 4 of them, they came run up to us, and they were like, there's someone's drowning there. And we look at the sea, we didn't see anyone drowning. But I could see the crowd, people are like waving their hands on us. And from that, me and Joseph, we started running from Solomon's around the jet ski rental, I don't know. But it's like more than 100-meter run. Yeah, so we run so fast. So as I reach where the victim is actually drowning, at first I didn't see him because I was running, I'm looking at this area, I didn't see anybody. So as soon as I came there, I saw his hands like this.
Above the water.
Yeah, by that time he was just like, I think he already went twice. You know, it's like when you go like second, third, you cannot come up again. And he went, like the last I could see him is just his hands. And as soon as I saw that, I just removed my shirt, throw it, and I dive on the waves and bust and go. But before I was even gone, I didn't even see the victim again. By the time he went under. So like 30 minutes, for 30 minutes, the family came there at the beach, you know. It was very sad, you know, they were crying, you know.
Really sad to hear that.
And the place the victim drowned is a very dangerous spot. They are having like rocks further, like 200 meters out. So the current doesn't get out of there. It's very risky, that area. Any minute, that place is very dangerous. So it's very dangerous to swim there.
Okay, well, thank you for that, and that's a really sad event. I did say we'd give you the last word, but I have to give it to you because we felt, Mamadou, that we need you to make an appeal for help, for funding, whatever. You have 1 minute.
Yes. What I would like to say is we need the help of all and sundry to come on board to read the Red Dolphin Lifeguard Association is institutionalized. It's here to stay. It is here for the community. Like today, if we have motivation for the lifeguards, let's say for instance, if it's like disbursement meant for June, we are in almost mid-August. It says a lot. It says a lot. Seriousness. This is about life we're dealing with. Time and tide waits for no one.
Thank you for that. And so we hope you viewers, corporate entities, we hope you've heard. If you want, contact us at QTV, news@qtv.gm, and we will pass on your details. This is a very important service that they provide. And just leaves for me to say to Mamadou Lamin Jammeh, President of Red Dolphin Lifeguard, and to Ibrahima Sinera, a Red Dolphin Lifeguard, and for that very tragic story that you told us. But gentlemen, thank you for coming, and thank you for educating us and the public. Thank you. And now, viewers, we will go for a commercial break, and after the break, we will hear about the Q City Fun Day. Join us after this break.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Ajibank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Ajibank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Ajibank, your investment partner.
At Ajibank, we are more than banking. We build bridges that connect you to pivotal services every day. Do you have government bills to pay to the Gambia Revenue Authority, Comfort, KMC, or the Accountant General's Department? We've got you covered. From payment of customs and domestic taxes to GRA, payment of number plate and vehicle ownership transfer to Comfort, payment of property rates and business license fee to KMC, and payment of MR passport, business registration, fishing license, land fees, sale of assets, lease application, development permits, quarrying royalties, gravel and sand, mining royalties, and a host of other revenue lines to the Accountant General's Department. Walk into any of our branches nationwide and make your payments hassle-free. Either in person or online, simple, secure and immediate. With Ajib Bank, there is no need to worry about government bill payments for your vehicles, taxes, licenses, business registration and any other revenue line. Ajib Bank, passionate about your investment. We've got you covered. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sinubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome back on this Thursday morning, the 14th of August. You're watching QTV and you are watching This Morning. And now to our final segment of today's program. And just a very quick one. Tomorrow is a public holiday, by the way. Saint Marie Assumption Day is tomorrow. And I have in the studio Nene Eswuri, Operations Manager and Marketing Manager at Q City. Nene, welcome again to the program. You're not a stranger to this program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Drama. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming. And we have Lamin Job. And Lamin, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And they are here to talk about the Q City Family Fun Day. I won't spoil it by mentioning the date. I did already, but in case you missed it, Nene is going to tell you all about it. Nene, take it away. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, and good morning, viewers. This is the Q City team again. We're here to give you an exciting news because we know tomorrow is Saint Marie. So it's a holiday, it's a festive season, so we want every family to be together to celebrate the season with us. So Q City being the, let me say, the only place for families to have fun, to bond together. So that is why we're organizing a family fun day, which is scheduled for tomorrow, the 15th, to the 17th on Sunday. It's a whole weekend fun. Great. So for families, for kids, for everybody to come and then bond together, have fun, and then we're going to have a lot of games, a lot of activities going on for the weekend. Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Lamin, what can we expect?
Well, it's an all-day event anyway, you know, so like
so a long weekend really from 15, 16, 17. So that's yeah. So what can we expect over the 3 days? Yeah.
Though we have a lot of activities for the kids, and then we have indoor games and outdoor games, you know, and then we have some activities for swimming, kids like swimming activities. We have indoor games, we have video games, and then outdoor games also. We have like dancing competition, you know, bouncing castle, something like that.
Okay. Stemboj in Wolof, please, because I'm sure many of our viewers might appreciate if you engage in Wolof as well. So
absolutely, my pleasure. Though I'll have some difficulty saying things. Well,
not as much as me.
Q City Fun Day Eleglador on the 15th Saint Marie. My family, them Q City. The gën for plan attractions you very highlight. That's it. My day bo xamne ñu dem am fun ñu bon. I wonder how they say bonding in Wolof, but that's something else. Ñu lamiso. Mungo exactly. So ñu dem lamiso. Xam nga dafa important, isn't it? Once in a while family be new together. Xam nga distant cousins, whoever ñëpp ñëw together ñu dem am fun.
Mr. Mbodj comme noo ko waxee Q City dafa nekk place boo xam ne dañ ko fi andi pour make sure ne family especially xale yi ñu mën a am foo xam ne foofu la ñoo foyee mooy gën a secure pour ñoom. So family fun day bu ñoo organise nii nag mu ngi door ëllëg mooy the 15th of August mooy bisi Saint Marie parce que xam ne weekend bi feet la so nit ñi dañoo génn bañ nañ xale yi nekk di tasaaroo si dëkk bi so moo tax ñu organise loo xam ne xale yi seen yaay ñëpp mun nañoo ñëw ñu nekk benn place ñu mun a enjoy the entire day emaluñ ko benn fan dañ ko ne ñetti fan la dafa nekk Friday Saturday and Sunday so si biir ñetti fan yi nii dinañ fa am so many activities so many games ba pare entry fee bi boobu noonu dinañ sa ñëw si kanam waaye activities yi di moment nga fay nga dugga si you can do all the activities it's inclusive si fay booy def so comme Lamine wax na ko fi dinañ fa am bouncing castles ñu fa dinañ fa am indoor games mu video games yoo xam ne xale yi bugga nañ ko ba pare nañ fa am tamit ay ludo nañ fa am ay dancing competition waaw nañ fa waaw exactly parce que xam naa ne he was the one saying nee bring ludo so we are like okay Mr. Ka thank you so much we will make sure that we have ludo at least an indoor activity boo xam ne dinañu keep busy so it is some of the activities lu ñoo am ba pare this time lu si gën a neex mooy boo ñëw kii si day am special price booy fay pour nga dem seetaan cinéma waaye part of this activity dañ def every day dañoo créatal xale yi utal leen benn movie boo xam ne ñoo ñëppay egg si kaw cinéma bi ñu dem enjoy seen boppa for free it's part of the fees so ñun daal la moo ñu tax a jóg mooy ñu make sure ne xale yi ak seen family ñoo ñëpp a ngi benn place bu secure ñu mun a enjoy seen boppa enjoy seen fête ñu mun a am luñ bugga loolu moo ñu tax a jóg.
Now you mentioned the magic word there, fees. People are thinking, how much is this going to cost me if I want to go for all 3 days? Do I get a special rate for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or is it the same every day? And also, most importantly, although nobody will get there on time, what time does it open and what time do activities close?
Okay, the opening time for QCity, it's from 8 in the morning, but then at least we're expecting people to be there by 10 latest.
Sure.
So it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's a whole day event.
And if you're wondering, yes, there'll be floodlights. So don't worry when we say 10 p.m. Don't panic.
Because we know sometimes when we say 8, so remove the kids at 8. It's very difficult. That is the time that they're enjoying their games and all of that.
Well into it.
But then latest by 10 o'clock, everything will be shut down, and then everybody will go home safely. So we're talking about the fees. The fees are very, very cheap because it's a place that we want everybody, every Gambian to afford.
So it's affordable.
It's affordable. So if you're from 2 years, if you have a kid from 2 years to 6 years, the entry fee it's only $50, which is our normal entry fee, which I believe at least we should be able to afford. So more than 6 years, you're paying $100. So for adults, it's $150. So I believe they're cheap enough for everybody to afford. That is why we are called QCity. It's a family place. It's a place that we want everybody to come in without hassling or without struggling for fee.
And I mean, the accent is very much on the word family, really. We know we're talking about fun day, but really we're encouraging people because for many parents, their children have been on holiday, but they probably haven't, spent much time with them. So don't answer me in English in Mandinka if you don't mind. for the family, the family element of it really, that this is an opportunity for parents to spend some 3 days possibly with their children having fun.
Okay, come this weekend Nantaka family on the sort of QCity. Come, it's a long weekend anyway. And that's sort of Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Because ngani kele puru dindul fanale phone sort of because I understand them the holiday la kono come dindul tara suwa kono so they have to go out and enjoy so understand so go out na QCD dol fana ning idea nata kany family fund de kake te nga activities jama sort of puru dindul fanale so the parents will dan la yela dindul bula yana QCD. So activities will sort of along indoor and outdoor activities. So outdoor activities, musical chair dance sort of, bouncing castle, swimming activities, something like that. And then indoor, video games sort of, basketball, and then a lot of
Draft,
games.
Ludo.
Exactly, Ludo. Exactly, yeah.
And Nene, you said that you mentioned the things like draft and so on, but also really because it's a public holiday tomorrow, parents don't have the excuse, oh, I'm going to work. And most of them don't work on Saturday either. So Friday and Saturday already, and of course Sunday generally. So really, that's really, we're trying to encourage them. Look, seize this opportunity, spend some time with your children, time that you probably don't always, and it's in a very safe, enclosed atmosphere. Yeah.
I think it's really, really important as parents to be able to bond along with our kids, because it goes a long way. If you see you're working from Monday to Friday, at least this is a rare opportunity for you to be together with your kids, especially the summertime. The kids need us. We are parents, so it's very, very important to be together with them, to have fun together with them, because these are memories that stays in their mind. These are things that they remember for a very long time. So it's very important. We're encouraging every parent to come out and then bring your family together, have that bonding together. It's a safe place. And then the entry fee is very, very cheap. And then to add on it, we'll be also having a food display. We'll be selling food. Foods will be on sale.
I think what you just said is so important. I think you need to say it in Wolof to close us out.
Okay, comme suma mbokki séeréer joolaa yi nga xam ne xam naa dinañ laajte ndax lekka am na, food will be on sale. So am nañ so many lekka yoo xam ne dinañ ko fa def pour ñu jaay ko. Te boo xoolee kii aussi ñun lu ñoo jaayee suñu lekka, it's way cheaper than ñu bari lu ñoo jaayee si biti. Parce que dañ bëgg képp koo xam ne ñëw nga fa nga am looy mun a jëndal sa doom. Bu fekkee benn plate chips la sax di nga ko mën a afford. So lekka yi bari ñu fa lekka yoo xam ne sa kiwsiti duñ ko dee tooga waaye bi yoon ñu ngi see ñëw mooy ay ebe, ay caakri, ay lakajin. So these are all things yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko and just to make sure that we cater the need of everybody. Ku nekk loo bugga di nga ko fa mën a am parce que xam nañ ne ebe, caakri daf ne dem si programme. So these are things yoo xam ne we're looking at it, and then we will bring it to you on Friday to Sunday. So lekka moom du nekk problem.
So especially, yes, come with your money, but come hungry, because we will feed you and the food will be there. It will be good and it will be at reasonable prices. So Lamin, any words from you finally? To encourage people to yes, I'm going to be there.
Yes. Mba follow come alsala dindon because come nene afo nyamin come domoro la karoka mom be fuma bi la mom boko ebe chakri, domoro sifa o sifa, so ngalong coming njay ko nankol ni sise ko nankol wol be la flanada. Yes, so mba fala come this weekend ke mom Q City mo kanatu koma.
So finally to you, Nene, if there's a single parent who's wavering about whether they should be there, a sentence or two to convince them that that's the place to be, and then we're done.
Well, Q City will be the safest, the nicest place to be from Friday to Sunday, to have bonding with your family, to enjoy, and then to be at peace. And then follow us this afternoon as well. We will be on after lunch, and then we're giving out 10 tickets.
Oh, that's magic.
Yes, we're giving out. Yes, we're giving out 10 tickets on after lunch. So follow us on after lunch if you on QTV. If you want to win one of the tickets, just follow us and then call or send a message on after lunch, and then you will have it.
Brilliant, thank you. That's Nene Eswuri, Operations and Marketing Manager at QCity, and Lamin Job, also from QCity. And Stamboj, thank you for being here. We had to step in because of the rain, but to you, the viewer, thank you for joining us. And once again, just a last apology for the fact that we started late. But that's it for this week. Join us again on Monday for another edition of This Morning. Goodbye.
Network with the cheapest tariff in the Gambia and enjoy crystal clear calls and super fast internet at the cheapest tariff only with QCell.